Harshad had always been teased about his weight. At 32 years old, he weighed over 120 kilograms and struggled with daily tasks. His co-workers often joked about his size, and strangers gave him judgmental looks. Harshad tried to ignore them, but their words hurt. He avoided mirrors and spent most of his time alone, turning to food for comfort. One day, Harshad saw a video online about a marathon. It showed runners crossing the finish line, their faces full of joy. Among them was a man who used to be overweight, but had changed his life. The video ended with the words, "It's never too late to change." For the first time in years, Harshad felt hope. Could he change his life too? The idea seemed impossible, but he couldn't stop thinking about it. The next morning, Harshad put on an old pair of sneakers and stepped outside. He didn't have a plan. He just started walking. After a few minutes, he was out of breath. His legs hurt, and he wanted to quit. But then he remembered the video. "It's never too late," he said to himself, and kept walking. Over the next few weeks, Harshad kept going out for walks. He started jogging for a few minutes each day. He also began eating healthier food and drinking more water. Slowly, he started losing weight and feeling better about himself. At the gym one day, Harshad met Akanksha, a personal trainer. She noticed his hard work and offered to help him prepare for the marathon. "You're already doing great," she said. "But with a proper plan, you can do even better." Akanksha made a training schedule for Harshad. She told him to take rest days, eat nutritious food, and stay consistent. "Running a marathon isn't just about being fit," she said. "It's about believing in yourself." Training was tough. Harshad got blisters on his feet and sore muscles. Some days, he felt like giving up, but he reminded himself why he started. He wanted to prove to himself and others that he could change. After months of training, Harshad had lost over 25 kilograms. He could run longer distances without feeling tired. Even his co-workers, who used to tease him, now praised him. "You're inspiring us all," one of them said. Harshad smiled, knowing he was doing this for himself, not for them. Finally, the day of the marathon arrived. Harshad stood at the starting line with thousands of other runners. He was nervous but excited. Akanksha's advice echoed in his mind. "Pace yourself and enjoy the journey. The finish line is just a bonus." The race began, and Harshad started running at a steady pace. The first few kilometers felt great. People on the sidelines cheered for the runners, holding signs and shouting encouragement. But halfway through the marathon, Harshad's legs felt heavy, and he struggled to keep going. Just as he thought about stopping, another runner tapped him on the shoulder. "You've got this," the man said with a smile. Harshad nodded and kept moving one step at a time. When Harshad reached the final stretch, he saw Akanksha and his gym friends cheering for him. Tears filled his eyes as he crossed the finish line. He had completed the marathon in just under 6 hours. It wasn't the fastest time, but for Harshad, it was a huge achievement. After the marathon, Harshad's story spread through social media and local news. People were inspired by his journey and started their own fitness challenges. Harshad even became a mentor, helping others with tips and motivation. Running the marathon changed more than just Harshad's body. It taught him the value of hard work and believing in himself. He had gone from feeling stuck in life to inspiring an entire community. And while his marathon medal hung proudly on his wall, Harshad knew his biggest success was proving to himself that change was possible. Every morning, as Harshad tied his running shoes, he remembered the words that started it all. "It's never too late to change."